If you're an estate agent and have tried digital marketing to market your business, to generate leads and brand awareness and all that cool stuff, and you thought it just isn't working out for us, then watch this video. In most cases, it isn't the channels that are the problems, it's the systems that you have in place. So let me explain. The first thing to remember is that with digital marketing, with lead generation, it isn't like a switch. You don't just turn it on like you turn on your Meta ad campaign, for example, and then the leads start to rain upon you. It doesn't work like that. It's more of it's a system, okay? And so if you're just putting out content on like hardly ever on your organic posts, maybe the odd testimonial or a Canva graphic or something, and it's not really doing anything, it's just flat content, and then you run a Meta ad, and it's like, contact us today for a property consultation or something, it's not going to work. Okay, you haven't done enough work on your organic social to build that authoritativeness and that trust and brand awareness, and then you're just so heavy and aggressive with that call to action with give us your contact details and we're going to come around your living room to discuss your home. It's not going to work. People are more savvy than that. They're ready to do that. They want to do it. Okay, the way Meta works, we're talking about Meta ads mostly during this video, but the way Meta works is as soon as you click the housing category, it understands that the kind of audience you're targeting, and so it's going to reach out to the right people. So they want the right people. They want the agent that knows about the local markets that's going to help them get the best price for their property. I mean, who wouldn't? Anyone who wants to sell their home wants to get the best price and have the smoothest processes and have it all stress-free and stuff like that. So they're ready. They just don't know that you're the right person for them yet. Okay, and so by producing their organic content and putting it out there and having like your before and afters and the local market reports and case studies and streets of the weeks and just being yourself, out walking the dog, having a quick cup of coffee with some of the team members, all that kind of stuff is going to help build that human side to the brand. Do not hide yourself behind that logo. Is what I'm trying to say. I had a bit of a brain fart there. So just get on the videos, get pictures of the team, put out content, be it video reels or just posts, but have natural images of yourself and the team and your surrounding. Don't just grab stuff from free stock sites and use Canva and stuff like that, because it's not relevant. It's not going to do what you want it to do. So be posting. Okay, when you then post the ad campaign to get these all important leads, don't, like I said, have it talking about, give us your contact details, let's book an appointment and things. You need to sort of like entice them with some cool offers. So it could be an instant online valuation, which is less scary for them, but where other agents are doing that as well, you're also giving them an accurate report of the street. So you get the instant valuation, but also they get a market report relevant to them, which is their particular street, how are other property performing in that street, not just a prediction and an inaccurate prediction of their particular property. They're actually going to get some insights that you can get from many tools. I use property data, but there's other tools out there too. We can get accurate insights for that local street, that local postcode, and whatever you want to do. They take literally a minute, 90 seconds to produce, and so you can download it as a PDF and send it out to that client. Okay, the key there is to be really quick with your responses. Don't leave it for days and days. Okay, that is an offer suddenly now that other agents in your territory aren't providing. Okay, so you've done all that work with the content and stuff to build that trust and authoritativeness and that likability and things, and now you're providing not just the instant valuation, but an accurate market report to do with their particular street and stuff and their postcode and things. That's a bit different. Okay, now whether they convert or not at this stage doesn't really matter. You want them to engage with your content. You want them to view and watch some of your videos. You want them to pause and just take stock and look at some of the posts that you're putting out. You want them to click the link to arrive on a particular landing page on your website and stuff, so you can then retarget them. Okay, some people straight off the bat will then be like, yeah, great, they've been seeing your content now for like 60 days, 90 days. just to say you're a brand new business, so you haven't been putting out any content and stuff, you now have for like 90 days. And so you've been building that report. And so they're like, yeah, damn it, let's give it a go. Let's reach out to this agent and stuff. Okay. Quit in, you got yourself a lead. Okay. Maybe they haven't. And so what you can do is you can retarget them. If they're not ready, they're not ready. There's nothing you can do about it, but you can retarget them. They might not be ready because they don't know enough about you yet. They're in between two minds of what agent to pick. They're not ready to put the property on the market yet. They're currently listed with a different agent, but they're starting to get a bit fed up with them. They're thinking about maybe it's time to switch agents and stuff. They're just not quite ready yet. Okay. But they're ready enough to engage with your content somewhere or another, watching the video, reading the post, visiting the landing page. Okay. So you can retarget them. Okay. Now, a retargeting post can be things like case studies, testimonials, before and afters, like success stories, and things like that. Or it could be offers. List your property with us this month and receive a £50, £100 voucher at Marks and Spencer's. List your property with us this month and we'll cover up to £200 of the removal company, guys, or whatever. Like there's a ton of things you can do to help help move that needle, basically. Another thing worth remembering, and this is a stat that's just commonly all around the internet, about 98% of visitors to the website don't convert. This is websites in general, websites. Okay. So if people are landing on your website as a result of your meta ads or even your local SEO, your referrals or whatever it is, quite often they will not convert. It's just the stats. It is what it is. Okay. And so having that retargeting stuff, also hitting people that have been visiting your website is a good thing, because they haven't converted then doesn't mean they're not going to be a lead later down the line. They're just not yet ready. So having that retargeting is really important. And then when they do eventually convert, they do provide their details because they want the free instant valuation, they want this street report, or they've actually gone straight in and booked a property consultation. They're like, great, are you free tomorrow afternoon or something? And they have converted. That's great, but quite often, they're still not ready to do it, right? Like you find you're chasing people and you're trying to bring them back, and they're not getting back to you, stuff like that, and it's all very frustrating. And so that's where you can then do email marketing. So they're already going to be getting triggered from the Facebook meta ads retargeting, plus the general audience campaign that you've got for lead generation, because they're within that bucket. Okay. I live in Woking in Surrey. The amount of people that are expressed interest in selling their home that meta has picked up through my online behaviors or their online behaviors is probably 5,000 people max, I would say. Okay. So you can easily hit that 5,000 people on a monthly basis through the cold ad campaign. And then they're going to be getting hit every 30 days with the new campaigns that you're running out, because every month you're going to be hitting the same people. Okay. Because they're in the market. Some will leave, some will enter. You let Meta decide all that. They know more about this than anyone else. You just do the content and put it out, right? But when they do start engaging and they start getting those retargeting stuff, then they're going to get the retargeting campaigns, the case studies, the testimonials, plus the cold ad campaigns, which is like marketing stats and why you should list your property now and all that kind of stuff you're going to be doing. And I've got a ton of content suggestions on my free guide. Go and visit my website and get the free guide, or you can scan this QR code here and book a 30-minute marketing plan where basically there's no strings attached. I just love talking to agents about their marketing, and I'll just give you literally a ton of information. I've got tools and I can crawl everything and give you the data. You can take it away with you. You can give it to your in-house marketing team and they can do it all for you. It's all completely free. So tap into that should you want to. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about so I suppose the other thing that is also important when it comes to the content is don't put all of your eggs into one basket. Okay, lead generation is the goal. Okay, that's the goal. Get leads. Okay, now the lead, the conversion is basically, or the lead, I guess, is when they actually filled out a form. All right, and because they want the into valuation or they want to book an appointment and stuff, but you still need to sort of convert it and get your foot through the door, okay? But you can't just put all your eggs into one basket. You can't just rely on social media, okay? You need to be doing social media that's then having people land on the website. So the websites need to be correct. You need to find other ways to get people to visit the website. That's by having an absolute killer Google business profile, okay, and getting that ranking. I discussed that during the discovery calls, okay. It's having the pages, having the particular blogs, okay. So you having an article about top 5 tips on how to sell your property is never going to get indexed, because there's about 1 million articles about that on Google and Bing and AI search and stuff like that. So you're not going to get found. But having 7 killer tips for curb appeal in your working home or something like that, there's probably no one has done it. Or if there is, there's probably just a couple of agents that have done it. Curb appeal is a really crap idea, okay? But have it all relevant to your area. Suddenly now your market, you're only competing with a very small amount of people. That's going to improve the amount of people visiting your website, and relevant people, by the way, local people visiting your website. You can then retarget them, okay? So don't just sit and think, right, my budget is £5-10 a day. A meta ad, I just want to get leads, and then at the end of it be like, it doesn't work for me, because you've done nothing. You haven't tried, in all fairness. So it's the whole thing, okay? You need to get you need to get content going. The content is about building up brand awareness, building up visibility, building the trust and authoritativeness, that likability, so that people can see you and be like, this boy or girl knows their stuff when it comes to the local property market. They come across really well. I would like to work with them. I'd like to pick them as my local agent when I am ready, okay? That's the content, and that's the organic stuff that you're going to put out on your socials, the stuff that you put out on the blogs that you'll also then share on your socials, and just you in general, what you're doing at local events and, whatever you do within the community, all that kind of stuff, okay? Then the retargeting, or then the ads is going to enforce that even further. Now, the clients I work with, the ones who have the most effective lead gen campaigns on meta ads are the ones that are already killing it organically on their social media. So they've already got a lot of content going out on that. The meta ad is supporting it, and then also they're being consistent with that content. We're changing that content on a regular basis. So it's always fresh. It's always something useful, something helpful to the audience. Okay. As that learning phase of the meta campaign improves and stuff, then you'll find that you're reaching more and more of those sort of the right people. Not only are they the people that are interested in selling their home, but also they've been seeing you for so long now, they're actually starting to get more engaged with you. The quality of leads improving and all that sort of stuff, because you've done all the right things. Okay, you've just been building it. Okay, and then you can nurture, and you'll find actually that nurture stuff will become. You'll be nurturing less people as time comes by, because you sort of, without even realizing it, you've been doing that nurture anyway, just from being yourself and being that content maker. You're a content producer. That's what you are now. Okay, you're a content producer that happens to sell homes, basically. Okay, and so when they then eventually contact you and stuff, that is quizzed in, but it's about getting to that point. Okay, so the main thing I want to talk to you about today, and I hope this video did make sense, is for those agents that go, I've tried digital marketing, it didn't work for me, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, I'm going to stick to spending X amount of money on Rightmove ads, and I'm just going to continue doing door knocking and canvassing and stuff like that. Don't, just try and watch this video. Hopefully I've sort of explained it a little bit. If you need more of an explanation, then literally, honestly, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to scan that QR code and book yourself a discovery call. It's not a pitch, it's not a sales thing. I'm like, great, what do I want to know? And I just show you my findings from the tools that I've got. Okay, right, I hope it helps. I'll see you in another video very, very soon. Have a good day.